everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this one called Everton Cottage. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is real Thomas TV1. So this home came in at 72,000, oh god I can't speak, 72,737 simoleons, there we go. And it has one bedroom, one bathroom, and I built it on the 30 by 20 lot in Brindleton Bay. It's the one where it's kind of like hidden sort of. You can see the name of the lot in the top left, but it's too small on my screen here to actually see what it says, but you can, you know, see what it is. So that's where I built it on. And you may have actually saw me a few weeks ago on Twitter talk about how I kind of built 7 builds in 2 days. Well, this is actually one of them. It's one of the last ones that I did. And I'm actually, well, I'm recording this voiceover on the 20th of September, but I actually built this on the, hang on, when was it? The, oh my god, when was it? The 14th of, no, how, it couldn't have been that, wait, was it? I can't even remember. Hang on, yeah, it was like the 14th of September, so it was like a week ago or so when I built this, and I don't know, well, what I actually do is that when I do voiceovers for like a build, I do the voiceovers pretty much straight away after I've done the build to kind of get everything, you know, done and it's out of the way and that video is complete, because I always do voiceovers for my videos. But since I was recording these so far in advance, I felt like it would be best to maybe wait and to do the voiceover, you know, a little bit more closer to when the video is going to go up. So then what I'm talking about is a little bit more relevant, if that makes sense, because sometimes when I do these voiceovers, it may be a few more weeks before the video even goes up, and then I'm talking about stuff which may not be relevant and make sense by the time the video goes up, if that makes sense. So this video is still a little bit pre-recorded just because I had a little bit of time to record this. I have a feeling this is going to go up on like the 24th and maybe the 28th, I'm not really too sure. So if I'm talking about things in today's videos which may not make that much sense, then, you know, that's the reason. So, this is actually, I uploaded this a little while ago in the gallery, just because I kind of wanted to upload something and I was kind of ahead of my videos. So you may have to scroll a little bit depending on when this goes up to actually find it, but it is up there if you want to go ahead and download it. So this is just a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom home, and it only took me like, oh god, like 30 to 40 minutes or something, no time at all really. So I've left all of the footage in from start to finish, just, well, pretty much. So there's a little cut just a few minutes ago, but apart from that, the rest of this video doesn't have any jump cuts. Sometimes what I do is, well, especially for mansion builds, I do make jump cuts here and there because, you know, even though the mansion builds take me no time at all, it does still sometimes end up to be a little bit longer, like on the longer side of a video for me. So I do tend to cut out things that I may find a little bit boring or not important. But for this build, since it took me such a long time, and what I do also with the ones that are similar length, is that I'll kind of do either no jump cuts or maybe just one little thing where it's kind of take me a while to do something, just so you can kind of see the full process, because in my other speed builds you don't get to see that all the time. So it's kind of just to make everybody happy, because I see some people saying don't do jump cuts and saying, you know, some people seem to edit more, so, you know, just to kind of keep everybody happy, I suppose. But yeah, so like you can probably tell, this is actually built in autumn, and I have been doing a few more autumn builds recently. Now I don't know if they're up yet. No, I don't think they are. I've got a few more autumn builds coming up that I've pre-recorded in, you know, those 7 builds that I built. A few more of those are kind of in autumn, just because it's my favourite season in real life. I just love all the colours and everything, and especially in the Sims 4, it's even, you know, better because I can actually build in those, you know, with all those colours and stuff. So that's what we're building here. I mean, I don't like the weather that much in real life in autumn time, but in terms of, you know, how it looks, I do like it. And then I kind of don't really have a proper favourite season, because like I said, with autumn it's kind of nice with all the colours, but then the weather sometimes isn't the best. But then with summer, you know, it's nicer weather, but then it's way too hot sometimes, so I can never have, you know, something perfect, but you know what, that's alright. And yeah, so we're just working on the backyard area, as you can see, doing a little bit of landscaping, putting the trees in. And what I actually do is, and this is a tip for anybody, especially if you're building in winter, it's probably the best way to use this, is actually build in free build mode, because then if you're, it's like, you know, snowy and everything, well, if you go into free build mode, which basically means going into the lot to build from manage worlds and just clicking on the build icon instead of loading a sim in and then going to build mode, if that makes sense. So basically you have the infinity sign. Well, basically I mean, the infinity sign for the money. I don't know if that makes sense. So what it means is just that the weather just turns back to what it was like before seasons, like just the eternal summer sort of thing, which is great because when you build in winter, it's kind of hard to see some things. You know, the landscaping might be a little bit off, and sometimes the ground's covered in snow, so you can't see the terrain paints and stuff you're placing down. So it's always best to do that, so you can kind of make the house look as nice as you want it to be, and then you just change it over to winter after that. So that's what I do most of the time. And I also do it with autumn as well, because sometimes it might be a little bit odd in terms of the landscaping colours, and it's not true to what I want it to be. But for this case here, since it was just going into autumn in this game save, I just decided to just build it in autumn, because I kind of wanted to see this time, what the colours look like. It's kind of, just depends really on the type of build. What was I just about? Oh yeah, that was it. So, actually, I don't know if anybody does this as well, but since I do build all the time, and, sometimes I want to build in a particular season, what I actually do is, and this is a really helpful tip, is that I have a game save for each of the different seasons. So I have a summer, autumn, and so on. And that's just because sometimes I like to build in a particular season, but I don't want to have to, change the season and everything with cheats. It's just a much easier way, especially when I'm doing lots of builds. And let me know if you do that as well, if you have a different idea for builders, if you're watching this, how you do it, because I'd love to hear that. Or if you just kind of have one game save for it and then, just change the seasons as you need to, because that'd be really interesting to hear. I actually have like a few game saves for each seasons now, so like not so much for winter and spring because I don't really build on them very often, but especially for summer and autumn, I kind of have like 3 game saves for each of those seasons because I'm just building them so much. I mean, I could easily just go into actual live mode and change with cheats, but it's just easier for me to just make a different game save. So I have like summer 1, summer 2, summer 3, and autumn 1, autumn 2, autumn 3. It's maybe not the best idea, but it works for me, so I suppose that's good. Anyway, so as you can see, working on the interior now. So like I say, sometimes when I cut out stuff, this will be one of the things that I cut out when I'm doing the hallways and kind of corridors and bathrooms, just because I find them so boring. They're literally exactly the same in every single one of my builds, so I normally cut them out. But here you can see what I do. Pretty simple, just kind of putting a hallway table, a mirror, and some of that clutter stuff, which has, the kind of coat racks, the shoe racks, and the thermostat and the umbrella stand. So I pretty much put that in every single one of my builds. And then we've got a little back porch here too, which has, a little seating area and a few decorations, as you just saw. And then the rest of the home here is pretty much open plan. I mean, apart from the bedroom and bathroom, but the kind of like main living space, like here, and also kind of the kitchen area is just in one big room. I do actually have a lot more problems doing the floor plan for smaller homes than I do bigger homes, which I know is kind of sounds a little bit odd, but it's just, I kind of feel like sometimes you can make things look too enclosed and like, not spacious enough, and then sometimes it can be too spacious, which maybe is the case here, but I don't really think it looks bad. It's just, sometimes hard to get it exactly right, but I still think this works. It's just a little bit more on the spacious side, which I suppose is okay, and some people may prefer that. So we're just working on the little living room area here, as you can see, and just, pretty basic. I didn't want to kind of over clutter it since it is, a pretty big, well, sorry, since it is a small home, but at the same time, I thought it might be nice to include a little bit of clutter since it isn't, too, like, enclosed and everything. I don't know how many times I say, I never used to say that, but then all of a sudden, I don't know when it was, but I now say, like, all the time. It's really weird. I never used to do that. It's also the same with the word M. I say, well, I've just said it again. I say that all the time. It's ridiculous. I used to say it all the time, like back when I started doing, videos and stuff. But then I kind of was more aware that I was doing it and kind of stopped it, but now all of a sudden I'm coming back to doing it again, which is really odd, especially when I do videos and stuff which are a little bit more edited, such as, videos with face cam and challenges and stuff, which I edit a lot more. There we go again. I'm not going to stop myself every time I say it because we're going to be here all day, but I do that a lot, and when I'm going back through editing it, it takes me like literally hours to take out all the M's, and it's so irritating, but oh well. Anyway, so as you can see here, working on the kitchen area, this is very, very small compared to what my usual kitchens look like. In my mansion builds, the kitchen would probably be the entire size of this house, to be honest. I always make my kitchens way oversized, but at the same time, it is kind of nice to have that, because, I don't know about you, but I would love to have like just a huge big kitchen in real life, so I kind of do that in The Sims. But yeah, so this is the bathroom. As you can see, you don't really see this a lot in my builds because I cut it out most of the time, but there you can kind of see what I do for the bathrooms. It is literally exactly the same compared to all my other other builds. I just kind of don't really know what to do with bathrooms. I find them such a boring room, even though like they are very, very important, but at the same time I just don't really have that many ideas I can do to kind of switch bathrooms up each time. And your Sims are only going to be in there for a very short amount of time, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. But anyway, we're about to head on to the screenshots, so I really hope you enjoyed today's build. If you did, in the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of it, and if you have any more ideas for builds or videos you want to see next, then also let me know down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and go ahead and download this from the Sims 4 gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!